for the second time. And I am happy to be here. I hope you guys can hear me really well. My mic is on. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds to fill you guys in on what is happening with this live today. Because it is a bit different from last week. Last week was my first live, and today is my second. And I'm gonna try my best to do one every Sunday evening when I feel like everybody has gotten a little bit quiet. So, and I joined in the chat just a little bit, like a minute before I said I was going to. So yeah. While I'm waiting on people to try to check in, I'm gonna see what this little thing is. Okay, cool. um, yeah. So it is 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna just like lay out my framework on how my lives are gonna be going from now on, because I think it makes it easier for me to stay focused. So I'm not doing a full podcast today. The full podcast drops on Tuesday. Every Tuesday, basically. So, yeah. I'm not doing a full podcast today. That is on every Tuesday, a new episode drops. And I also do a new episode for YouTube every Tuesday afternoon. The podcast drops every Tuesday on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, wherever you get that from. But like I said before, my episode for the live streams is going to be a little bit different today. I'm going to be more so reading my notes that I wrote down. And that's just going to be that. And smart people stick around, and the not so smart people just pass by because they don't want healing. They don't want to know what's real. You know what I mean? So this live stream is for those that want to tap into their emotions and healing process, and it's not for everybody. I understand that, but today's live stream is just going to be like a reflect in how to move forward into your real era. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get started. uh like I said, I'm going to be reading from my notes. It took me a long time to write these notes, y'all. So I'm hoping that the message sticks and y'all is like chill about how I'm delivering it and not like always like interacting with the chat, because I'll do that like briefly. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. What it means to keep giving and showing up while every person you pour into them and they sit back and they watch you dry out. This isn't like a script reading. This is a moment before the moment. Think of it like sitting at your kitchen table while we talk through some real situations behind the message. Thank you guys for tuning in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started if I can keep my notes up. Let me know in the comments though if you've ever been there, showing up for everyone while nobody checks on you. Right? Always the strong friend that can handle everything. Let's start with a hard truth. Most overgivers wasn't born that way. They were trained. We were trained to believe that your worth came from what you did for others, not who you are, not how you feel, just what you can do. And unfortunately, some people learned how to sit front row to your suffering without ever passing a plate. They cheered you on when you were selfless, but they got real quiet when you started setting boundaries. And basically, that's not love, that's control. Whew, honey, sharing my true feelings is quite something, but I'm gonna get through this. Has anybody ever felt that way? Like drop a like what do you call those watermarks? Not a tear, but like a raindrop. Drop me a raindrop if you understand where I'm coming from right now. If you can relate by just giving and giving to people and they're not giving back to you. Like they will suck you dry. So yeah, go on ahead and drop a raindrop. It is raining right now. We got like flash flood warnings. Um, let's talk a little bit about the guilt trap, right? The guilt trap is one of the biggest reasons why we keep pouring into people. We feel guilty. You think, well, they've been there for you before, or maybe they just don't know how to love the right way. But here's the thing, just because someone needs you doesn't mean they value you. That's deep, right? Just because they need you don't mean that they value you. You're not a lifeline, you're a whole person. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do for someone is unplug from people. Matter of fact, the most thing you can do for yourself is unplug from people who treat you like your love is free refills, right? Let's be real in the comments right now. Have you ever stayed in a dynamic out of guilt instead of growth? If so, then stick around. When you finally stop overgiving, don't expect applause from people. Expect silence, expect distance, maybe even disrespect. I just uh I just experienced that with an ex like not too long ago. We were casually talking, and I don't know why I was talking to him because he ain't shit, for real, for real. And I was talking to him only because someone I was close to, we were into it, and he had access to that person. I just wanted to make sure that person was right. And so he was the only person I could talk to kind of get a feel on how that person was doing. Then we went into a conversation about, some people in the world crazy. He like the world been crazy. And I'm like, yeah, 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 true. And then he was like, well, if I came over there and tried to touch on you, you would think I was crazy. And I was like, ain't no way, ain't no how you coming over here to touch on me. He got so mad and disrespectful with me. And that is like that's an example of me saying like you can pour into people and they'll suck you dry, and then when you set your boundaries they get disrespectful, they either get silent or something like that, right? I don't know if y'all can relate to that, but let me know in the comments if you can. Let me catch up with my notes. um yeah, they'll disrespect you. People don't like when their free ride gets towed out. And if they were never filling you back up, they'll act like you changed when in reality you just woke up. And here's a tough part. Sometimes it could be family. Sometimes it's a partner. Sometimes it could be your best friend. But you are not selfish for protecting your peace. You're wise, right? Okay. All right. Okay. You covered the, oh, sir, cut it out. Please cut it out, honey. All right, where we at? So, yeah, you being wise. I'm seeing y'all. I'm seeing y'all in the comments, right? If nobody told you this week, I see you. You deserve mutual energy, not just recycle praise when you're useful. Tuesday's episode that I'm going to post Tuesday at maybe like 12, in between 12 and 3 p.m. I'll post it. Um, it's entitled Stop Pouring Into People, who watch you dry out. And this live is just like an appetizer on a topic that I'm going to go deeper into on the podcast and then on to YouTube. We'll go deeper on what the cycles look like, how to identify, how to step out of it, and how to heal without becoming cold. I was real cold at one point. Thanks to Tory Lane music. I was extremely cold. But anyway, again, let me leave you with this. Sometimes clarity is louder than closure. We seek for closure. I just want closure. I just want to know why you did this. I want to know why you did this. You made me feel this way. I was broken. I just want to know why. And we seek for this closure. And in reality, sometimes the closure doesn't give you peace. Instead, you need clarity. Sometimes you just need clarity for yourself, even if you understand after they apologize. It really is clarity over closure all day. It's like I don't need I'm sorry from you. Sometimes you just need clarity, and clarity speaks louder to me than closure. You don't have to explain why you stopped giving. Just stop and let your absence speak for itself. Right? What time is it? We still got a good 15 minutes, honey. Has anybody been able to relate to this? And do you like the style of this live stream? Last week was my first time going live, and I was kind of like all over the place. So I wanted to have it a little bit more structured and get to know everybody that is tapping in. And hopefully I'll see familiar names over and over and over again, and that builds connection, that builds community, which is important. Clayton, child. I don't know what Clayton's talking about, but yeah. Let me get a little sip of water before I go dry myself. Lord have mercy. Clayton, we're gonna have to go live together one day. I'm gonna invite you on the chat. I don't know how to do it yet, or I would do it right now. But I'm gonna invite you live on the chat, Uncle Clayton. How old are you, Clayton? How old are you? And where are you at? Where are you located at? Since you talking so much smack, I want to know. No, I don't want to do no live. I don't want to do no private stream. You're going to be right here. You're going to be right here where everybody can see you, and we're going to be talking. We're going to have a good conversation about the topics that I pick. How about that? Next week, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pick some people from the live, and we're going to go live. So have on your Sunday best. I don't have on my Sunday best because I don't care. But, you know, you might want to do that. I don't know. But this is the real era, so I would expect you show up your real, authentic self. We're going to talk about whatever next week's topic is. Let me see what next week's topic is. And I hope everyone has, I know everybody got Spotify. If you don't got iHeart, you don't got nothing else, I know you got Spotify, and you probably should have premium too. So y'all need to go over to Spotify, look for podcasts, and excuse the pig. Okay, I just had pizza and some water. That's my fault. But go over to Spotify and follow it because it is absolutely free. To subscribe to my YouTube channel is free. It's not a subscription. I don't even think I would put a subscription up. You know what I mean? Because I think the message is more important. Healing. Men need to be healed. Women need to be healed. Not just women have issues with being like healed and being hurt before, but guys need to be healed as well to move on in their life. Like I said last week, I had a friend that committed suicide, very painful situation, and I'm devastated behind it, but you gotta move on, right? You gotta move on. Yep, I hope y'all tune in for next Sunday because I am gonna pick somebody to go live with me and invite you. So pin yourself in the comments or pin one of your like a question or something like that, and then I'll pick somebody and we can chat it up live next week. It's going down. It's going down in the A-Town next week. One of y'all is gonna go live with me, I hope. But yeah, we got flash flood warnings. We got flash flood warnings right here in Atlanta. I really wanted to go like 30 minutes, but I think I'm gonna wrap up this session. I do appreciate y'all. I'm hoping that our audience grow by next week. So tell your friends to hi Pete. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate your presence. Tell your friends to follow me on Spotify. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like I said, it's absolutely free. It's not a subscription. Look forward to the new drop that's coming up on Tuesday, detailed into what I was talking about today. Only if you even want to just stop by and say, hey, what up? You know, I appreciate it. Hi, FBI. I appreciate you. FBI, I do appreciate you chiming into my chat, but we're not doing promotion, sweetie. We just talking about what we talking about. Okay, I do appreciate your presence though, for sure. Y'all go check Hussein or whatever out. It sounds interesting, but let's save the promotions and let's just talk about healing and clarity right now. That's what I'm on. So anyway, now you know I can't read Egyptian. Is that Egyptian? Is that Egyptian? I don't know how to read that. Translate it for me. Anyway, I appreciate y'all rocking with me today. If this message, again, the message was stop pouring into people that watch you dry out. The full episode, again, is going to be dropping on Tuesday afternoon. And the podcast, the full podcast on Spotify, iHeart, wherever you get your podcast from, it'll drop every Tuesday at 6 a.m. Please leave comments in the comment section so I can pick somebody to call and be on this live with me next week. What is Clayton talking about? Lord have mercy. Exactly. Comment in the section if you're reclaiming your peace this week, your power, and whatever it is. Share this live, save it, revisit it, and stop slipping and overgiving to people who watch you freaking dry out all the time. And I do have a pledge, so repeat after me. We are not chasing closure anymore. We're choosing clarity. And I'll see y'all on Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Next Sunday, remember, I'm picking somebody to go live with me. Peace. How I get out of here. Bye, y'all.